There are tons of amazingly scary Halloween movies, but did you know that one of the creepiest and the shortest scary movies was made by the Edison Company in 1910? Enjoy this special Halloween episode of Before, Behind, and Between.
Podcast starts now.
Halloween has many traditions and customs. Of course, there's pumpkin carving, the creative toll in finding and assembling that ideal costume, and adorning our homes with decorations and treats. For many, Halloween, indeed the entire month of October, is a time for scary movies. There are slasher films, there are monster movies, Hitchcock-type thrillers, with a lucky guy who gets an entire genre in his name, zombie movies, movies involving religious or cultish phenomena, and a seemingly endless list of Frankenstein film. For me, the 1930s versions of Frankenstein and The Bride of Frankenstein, both starring Boris Karloff, are must-see films every October. But did you know there's an even older version of Frankenstein? A 1910 black and white silent, simply called Frankenstein by Mary Shelly, and produced by the Thomas A. Edison Company. With a running time of under 14 minutes, it's billed as a liberal version of Shelley's original story. It's eerie, perhaps due in large part to the silent nature of the film. Costumes also tended to look creepier 100 or 110 years ago. And while there is no Karloff in this picture, it still rings as a classic. And while we're on the topic, a few final notes on Boris Karloff, whose real name was William Henry Pratt. Karloff was an accomplished actor. Born in 1887 to parents whose ancestry is found in England and India. The signature of his vocal presence was his lisp, something he was forever self-conscious about. Yet his lisp gave him a conspicuous and defining audible legacy, notably as the narrator in the Christmas animated classic about the Grinch who stole Christmas. He was also an active volunteer for social causes, notably working with children with disabilities, and he lived for a time in the Prairie province of Saskatchewan, Canada. Fun stuff about the man who played Frankenstein, and even more fun stuff about the Edison production of Frankenstein by Mary Shelly, which you can find on YouTube. Visit stephenchristiansen.ca for more episodes of Before, Behind, and Between. This podcast is available on all platforms and podcast streaming apps, including Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. I'm Stephen Christiansen. Thanks for listening, and have a safe and happy Halloween.
A production of Stephen Christensen. Podcast complete.